go, Norm.
I was just young, on the block like I'm homeless. Hand out. On my head, so you know I keep it on me. Take my chain, I'ma take your in the fast lane, I be through the night. I'm living wrong, I'm gonna get it right. 20 bands, and I wanna spend the night. Tell me who really fake. Mad cause I'm staying out the way. I had to start when you hey, we came a long way from running from the Jakes. I know me.
Everybody, thanks for joining us for a new season at Autzen Stadium. I'm Joey Mack, and we are inside Autzen Stadium as the team goes through warm-ups. You've been seeing it, the Ducks and the Cardinal coming up here in just about a half an hour. Well, I gotta tell you, we all wish that you were all here with us inside of Autzen Stadium. Things do look a little bit different, not just because there's cardboard cutouts instead of fans, but also because there's a brand new video board. You can see the old one behind me, and I'll tell you what, the new one is tremendous. We have had crews working around the clock, and we can't wait for all of you to be back with us. We're gonna see that in a moment, but first, we'll tell you about what's to come. We've got a certain weather report from Don Essig. We've also got the starting lineups with Ahmad Rashad, and we've got the football team's motivational video, and a whole lot more for you as we are live inside of Autzen Stadium. And now, let's see that new video board. Just a tremendous effort for this new video board. A few of the notes for you because it truly is magnificent. An 8,200 square foot plus video board. You can see the mighty Oregon branding, and don't forget about the video board on the back. The crazy thing, the video board on the back of this new internal video board that faces out toward Pape Field and PK Park is actually the same size as the old video board inside Autzen Stadium. It's amazing. The largest in the Pac-12 and the third largest in college football. And everybody, it's not just the video board, it's the sound system. You can hear it around me a little bit, but there is nothing like it. No more echo throughout Autzen Stadium. Nothing else but pure sound. We talk a lot about decibels when us audio nerds like me are talking about all these different volumes. Well, this decibel level stays throughout the entire stadium. I can tell you from firsthand experience, it sounds just as loud on one end of the stadium as it does on the other. Just an unbelievable effort, and thank you to the donors and everybody who made it happen. And everybody, we cannot wait for you to see it throughout the course of the 2021 season. And now it's time to see it in action.
To today's Pac-12 2020 season opener between the Stanford Cardinal and your Oregon Ducks. Now joining us from home to help introduce the starting lineups for your Oregon Ducks, please welcome Oregon football legend Ahmad Rashad.
Is your Oregon Ducks.
Well, the team is currently exiting the Autzen Stadium field, and we've got a lot more things to tell you. Some of the traditions in Autzen Stadium, we still will have those for you since you're not able to be with us. But let's talk a little bit about the Pac-12, and let's talk a little bit about the Ducks and what they're looking for. All right, everybody, so Oregon, the preseason favorite to win the North Division, and that's with a new starting quarterback and 5 new offensive linemen and a few opt-outs. And we were all rooting for all of those guys at the next level. Oregon, the preseason favorite in the North Division, and California picked to finish right behind them along with Washington. And look, we all know that Cal-Washington game got canceled, and it is a sobering reminder that everything that we're facing right now is different. You see me wearing a mask. You see everybody around me inside of Autzen Stadium wearing a mask. Things are certainly different. And especially with the announcement that Utah and Arizona have also been canceled this week, we all know the importance of following these protocols, and we hope that all of you at home are doing that as well. Follow those local health guidelines so that we can get back inside Autzen Stadium with all of you with us as soon as possible. Continuing though to talk a little bit about North and South, well, USC with a heck of a victory over Arizona State. We're going to keep track of a lot of this on the BuyMart scoreboard throughout the course of the day. UCLA and Colorado coming up as well, and Washington State and our friends up the road, up I-5, Oregon State, they're going to face off tonight as well. We thought that we would have that Arizona-Utah game and the Washington-Cal game today, but unfortunately, we do not. I'll tell you, it's going to be really, really important for all of us to do our part. Going to be really important for all of us to do our part so that we can get back to Autzen Stadium. As we continue to talk about some of the other things around college football, remember, Oregon and Stanford coming up tonight, and I think it's really important for everybody to notice this and know this as well. With Vice President and the President-elect Joe Biden doing a press conference, a speech of sorts, those of you who are expecting to watch the game on ABC tonight, remember that ESPN News and on the ESPN app will also have the game. It's really important for you guys to know that, because I know that there's a lot of important things in the world right now, and certainly football for all of us around Autzen Stadium, it's one of them. But just a reminder for everybody that on ABC, you will see the start of the game, but then with President-elect Joe Biden speaking, I wanted to just make sure that everybody was aware of that. In other news around Oregon, we still have a few great traditions to tell you about. Maybe the most important is a certain weather report. And I have to reference something that's very important for me. As you see me donned in rain gear and a beanie ready for tonight, Megan Robertson from the Oregon marketing staff, she did text me and say, it's almost like it never rains in Autzen Stadium because there's not any rain in the forecast anymore. So Megan, I know you're up there, and Don Essig up there as well for a certain weather report. Thank you for not jinxing it, I guess, is maybe the most important way to say that. Hey, also everybody, we have some really fun things for you coming, and I gotta look down to just make sure that I get it right for you, because it's goducks.com/duckduel. goducks.com/duckduel. You're gonna have a chance to win a brand new Toyota Venza. You also have a chance to win $1 million by knowing your duck trivia. The Duck trivia is really important. A few pre-game questions, and throughout the course of the game tonight, you can play trivia for a chance to win up to $1 million and a brand new Toyota Venza. All right, everybody, I gotta tell you, they told me that I wasn't eligible for this. Somebody go win it, please. Know your Duck information. Know everything that you need to know about the Ducks. GoDucks.com/DuckDuel. GoDucks.com/DuckDuel for our amazing contest sponsored by Toyota this season. One other thing to tell you about that's still coming up. I know we're all excited about the weather report, but guys, we've been talking about this scoreboard. We've been talking about the video board. You're gonna see it in action a couple more times. You're gonna see an exclusive look at the Oregon football motivational video. Normally this video is shown to the team, and you guys are all gonna get a chance to see it here coming up on our Autzen Live pregame show. And we're also gonna tell you a little bit more about these cutouts, and I don't know if we can give a little bit of a preview of this, because our certain friend who we're gonna hear from later on, the Duck, well, he unfortunately wasn't able to join us inside Autzen Stadium. More on that coming, but there is sort of a Duck doppelganger. I think a lot of you probably know where I'm going with this, but you're gonna wanna stick around for that as well. And finally, some keys to this game. We'll have that for you coming up in just a little while. Oregon and Stanford. What are the matchups to watch for? Some of the newcomers as well. We have a lot to tell you about. Still to come, we've got a really interesting look at the faculty and the education aspect of this with On Point Community Credit Union and some other traditions around Autzen Stadium. Stick with us.
On Point Community Credit Union was founded by 16 school teachers, and education is at the forefront of its involvement within our communities. Over the years, On Point has been the title sponsor and provided a significant impact for 3 community campaigns it supports. The KGW School Supply Drive, which in 2020 collected over $550,000 that supported over 22,000 students. And the On Point Prize for Excellence in Education that in the last decade, On Point has awarded over $370,000 in prizes to 260 educators and schools in Oregon and Southwest Washington. Plus, On Point has been recognizing University of Oregon faculty members during Duck home football games for the past 10 seasons, and the count for highlighting faculty and professors has exceeded over 150 educators. This Saturday, On Point is pleased to continue that tradition and place a spotlight on Ed Rubin and Craig Leon. Ed is an assistant professor of economics, and his research interests include the economics of the environment, energy, and natural resources, while he enjoys the food scene around Eugene. Craig is the MBA program manager for the Warsaw Sports Marketing Center. He works directly with those graduate students looking to learn and understand the sports marketing industry, and in Craig's spare time, he's an accomplished marathon runner. Congrats to both Ed and Craig. During every home football game, Willamette Valley Cancer Institute Research Center fights like a duck by recognizing our hero of the game. Today, we recognize Stephen Hellier. A constant positive attitude despite being diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. Throughout it all, never been negative and still enjoys playing golf and rooting on his favorite sports teams, one of which is the Ducks. Join us in rooting on Stephen Hellier this Saturday as the Ducks take on Stanford and he fights like a duck.
Well, I'll tell you what, everybody, we are so missing you all right now. As I look around Autzen Stadium, it just looks different. It feels different. 2020 looks different. We all know that. But to those of you who purchased your fan cutouts, they're here. I'll tell you what, I have been looking for mine. I haven't found it yet. I'm wondering if we can find it over the course of this today. About 2,000 fan cutouts sold here in Autzen Stadium. You can still get your fan cutouts for future games. If you missed it, you can still get in. And yeah, I understand. Look at that. They're all waving at us. they're moving around a little bit in the wind. And I know a lot of people were asking this question, like, hey, what happens if it's a cardboard cutout? What happens if it rains on them? Well, don't worry, they're gonna be just fine. Well, one of the cutouts, it isn't just fans, it's also maybe the biggest Duck fan of them all. He seriously is the biggest Duck fan of them all. And our friend the Duck, he's featured here amongst all of the cutouts. In fact, he's got almost his entire section in addition to the pet section. That's right, there's dogs in Autzen Stadium for the first time. There's also one robo-duck all the way up away from the rest of the Ducks, if you will. Well, it'll be the first time that the Duck is not physically here in Autzen Stadium for an Oregon football game. But that's not for lack of trying.
So Doug, what are you going to be doing for the game?
Well, look everybody, we all know that the Duck is very, very creative. He is essentially the biggest Oregon fan ever. So look, he couldn't get into Autzen Stadium. And trust me, he's probably got a few more shenanigans up his sleeves. But we also know that the Duck will continue and try and try and try. Look, he's the biggest Oregon fan. He will be live streaming throughout this entire game. This entire game, he's gonna probably throw popcorn at the screen. I don't know what the Duck will be doing, but if you go to facebook.com/University of Oregon Duck, he'll be live streaming what he's doing for this entire game. And just like all you fans, to the Duck, we're gonna miss you, buddy. We're really gonna miss you. But again, you're here in spirit with these cardboard cutouts. And now, let's see what the football team saw before this game.
Gravity is by far the weakest force we know.
Herbert's got it. Stiff arm again. Quarterback in the clear. Inside the 10. Catch made. First down. And end with a Pac-12 championship and a Rose Bowl victory. Let's get better.
The COVID-19 pandemic is accelerating.
It's going to get bad.
Cancel the
Cancel the
2020
season.
Canceling fall football.
Related to the ongoing coronavirus pandemic.
Pac-12 back.
Football is going to be played in the Pac-12.
The Pac-12 has rejoined the fray.
The Pac-12 daily testing.
To compete for a national championship.
The strength of the culture in this program comes from you. And the strength comes from you who chose to opt in. When you chose to opt in, you chose to be all in. You recommitted yourselves to this culture. You recommitted again to the University of Oregon. And that's powerful. How do you want it to end?
For the love of the culture, oh Lord, everything kosher. Came in with a chip on my shoulder, took it to Vegas.
Pass over the middle, nice catches, could be a score.
Just look at their faces. I know they
Putting up Jalen Red.
It's crazy. You never gonna catch me out rocking a choker. Ain't chasing the, I'm chasing the dream. Oh damn, look what they made of the team. I know why they jealous. I be on the type of stuff they never seen. Whole never level, I don't understand, ain't even mean. Whoa. Young, blowing all money, spend a million, make back. Made enough off all hustle, I don't even got a rap. Grinding, I get it, stacking, I get it. You know the routine. Popping the tags, getting the bag. You know the routine. I got 100 in cash, I'm about to spend right now. They try to put me in last, but what do it look like now? Young, blowing all money, spend a million, make back. Made enough off all hustle, I don't even got a rap. Grinding, I get it, stacking, I get it.
With these weirdos, swear to God, be paranoid. Treat the jet like a scavenger. So the bitch can't back forward. Your whole clique be your pallbearers. R.I.P. for a small L. Black Fell, Black Fell, Black Bow, rest well.
You, me, all of us, we opted in.
Some chasing a dream.
Be all in. And I'm telling you what, you're gonna get what you want.
Whoa, whoa. Young, blowing all money. Spend a million, make it back. Whoa. Man enough off all hustles. I don't even got it back. Grinding, I get stacking, spinach. You know the routine. Popping the tags, getting the bags. You know the routine. You know the routine.
Well, fans, it's 50 degrees out. Southwest wind, they're telling us a 10% chance, but we know it never rains in Autzen Stadium.
I absolutely love that we were able to still have the Don Essig weather report. Look, there are 2,000 cardboard cutouts here that heard Don Essig say it, and I'll tell you what, with this new sound system, I think everybody in the Eugene-Springfield area heard Don Essig's weather report. And to all of you tuning in for our Autzen Live pregame show, thank you for doing so. And Don, again, I will say it again, he was right today. It never rains in Autzen Stadium. All right, we still have the team's entrance to the field, the intro video that you all love to see at Autzen Stadium coming up. Stick with us. Some newcomers and some keys to this game, Oregon and Stanford. Look, this has become the marquee matchup maybe in the north of the last 20 years. And I think a huge key to this game is Oregon's offense. We're all excited to see what offensive coordinator Joe Moorhead brings to the table and what the starting quarterbacks will bring to the table. You heard in the starting lineups with Ahmad Rashad, we don't know exactly who's going to start at quarterback. Tyler Shuck, Anthony Brown, both very capable. But with 5 new starters on the offensive line, I think getting the offense going quickly, establish the offense early, is going to be really, really important. And maybe it's the most important thing for the Ducks, along with establishing some energy. I also think that getting some energy going is going to be huge for the Ducks this season, especially because you don't have Troy Dye leading shout in the fourth quarter. And thanks to all you fans who submitted your shout videos, because they're going to see them here in venue. And we also will have the team building their own energy. Building their own energy is going to be so important this season. And I'll tell you, as the team's about to come out onto this field, we are so excited to get this season going. Everybody mask up, do your part, and hopefully we'll all have you back in Autzen Stadium soon. As the Ducks are going to head back out onto the field, we'll still tell you about the uniforms a little bit. There's going to be a moment of unity, and then the team entrance and kickoff. Thanks for joining us, and the team intro is coming up.
It's scary, it's frightening. Diamonds on me, just hit like lightning. Pulled up on your bitch, he got excited. Your pocket skinny, boy, they on the diet. It's the new 1017, he tries, it's a riot. All these hate, what the issue? We got the magazine, no issue. We got stick food. And that chopper spin out 223, make you do.
As a symbol of unity, student athletes from Oregon and Stanford will now come together to tackle racial and social injustices in our communities, our states, and our nation, leading change to end these injustices once and for all. Thank you very much.
Gravity's by far the weakest force we know. It's a paradox. This weakest of all forces could crush our universe out of existence.